Hi, Collective. This is Third Eye Consultation. I'm going to go ahead and extend this reading out for the ancestral karma for the Divine Collective. Family, y'all know time is fluid, so this could be past, present, or future energies. The energies can be reversed, the roles can be reversed. This could be you or your person, you versus them. Same sex relationships, and you know this is a Divine Collective energy read. Anytime you were guided to my channels, you clicked on a video, it was time for you to receive a message. If for whatever reasons the messages do not resonate, check your moon, check your, no, don't check your moon, check your rising on this, Collective. But if you feel the need to do so, obviously I said it for a reason, but it can be repetitive. But if it doesn't resonate for you, but you know someone else that it does, send as many people as it resonates here so they can receive the message. And if it still doesn't resonate for you or anybody that you have sent, it's going to be one or two things. Either I'm too far ahead of schedule for it to resonate for what's going on in your life, or I am not your reader altogether. But thank you to each and every last one of you who has subscribed to the channels, who have booked readings with me, who have donated your love, your finances, and your energetic support. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your journeys with me and allowing me to share mine with you. So let's see what is here for the Divine Collective. Family, when I asked what was the ancestral karma here that needed to be healed for some of you in your divine, in your bloodline, I got 12 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a lie for this one. So give me one moment. I'm just going to upload my information. Welcome in, Yellow Rose. Thank you for joining, love. How are you? Welcome in, Adrian. Welcome in is not. Who is this here? Hang on for a second, Yellow Rose. I'll be right with you, love. Okay. I just needed to pin this information in for those of you who are interested in booking a reading or donating to the channel. All right. Sounds like you're doing good. The watermelon and the fresh egg sound good. Welcome in, everyone. So like I said before you guys entered the chat, this is an ancestral karma reading for the Divine Collective. I pulled energy last night for the Divine Feminine's reading, and I saw that there was still some hindrance there that were blocking you from receiving some of your necessary ascension to get to the next stage in order to receive your Ace of Cups and your Ace of Pentacles. Because for a lot of you who have done enough of the healing work, it's here. But you could be afraid to go forward. So we're going to see what's going on. When I pulled cards while I was doing the minis, like the shorts, I got 12 cards. So some of you, your father, you have ancestral karma coming from your father's side. Your father may have lacked some level of integrity about how he went about doing things. Your father could have been highly intuitive, but he never listened to his intuition. He did not take any hints or maybe any warnings from the messages that he would receive. It never fails. Guys, I'll be back. Can anybody hear me at this point? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, you caught me on a live, sis. Yeah, y'all can hear me? And when you call in, it kills the sound on the video. Okay, awesome. I thought I was going to have to start all over again. Sis, I'll call you back after I get off of this live. But thank you for joining. Everybody that's came in, please hit the like button so we can beat the algorithm so these messages can get out to more that need them. So your father may have, not saying that your father wasn't a good man, but your father may have lacked integrity in certain areas in his life. I know I've got more than one person in here that has liked this video. So I need the other 3 to hit the like button. So there could have been a lack of integrity on your father's behalf. Your father could have been very intuitive. Welcome in, Talib. Thank you for joining, sweetheart. And in the process, I always know you come in and hit the like button, sweetheart. But in a minute, I'm going to stop with this message like this because I'm tired of people not hitting the like button. All you have to do is just hit the like button. This is not just about us. It's about others that need to hit the like button so these messages can get out to the rest of the collective. So your father could have been highly intuitive. Some of you could have gotten your gifts from your father's side as well as your mother's side. So these downloads that your dad was getting, it was to help him gain balance of his mind, his body, his spirit, and soul, where there had been restrictions. There is ancestral karma that comes from being Aboriginal, indigenous to this land. And for those of you who came from other parts of the world to the United States to work off being an indentured servant, because the people of color were already here. We are not African American. We are Aboriginal, indigenous to this land. They did not have to go discover it. They already knew it existed. As well, so slavery is not what this is. Prisoners of war are what we are. And there has been a major destiny swap for the Aboriginal indigenous. Now, for the rest of you that are coming to this area, I'm so glad you did. Thank you. So, as we continue to move forward, there were a lot of restrictions. Classism, racism, separation of finances, family stability, home life, mental. There were a lot of restrictions that were placed upon your father's bloodline. Welcome in, Dee. Thank you for joining. And these restrictions could have come in as failed immigration policies. That's not only for the indentured servants that came here looking for new opportunities, running from religious persecution from your country, because I have spirituality right here. Okay? And we see multiple types of spiritual beliefs. So some people were running from spiritual or religious persecution. Others were coming here because they were indentured servants and they had to pay off their debt to their countries. And that put them in the positions of power over us in order to purchase the land before we could even touch what belonged to us naturally. So there is still a lot of destiny swapping and spell work on this land, not just for the collective, but for the entire United States, as well as the rest of the world. So not only were the restrictions, there was Jim Crow, self-expression that was blocked, suppressed, societal restrictions blocked and suppressed, Jim Crow policies, immigrations that failed policies. Many of our ancestors experienced a range of restrictions that manifest for us today as energetic blockages. Debilitated willpower and fear of risk-taking and of the unknown. This card could indicate that there was ancestors that were a part of creating restrictions for individuals and groups. That karma is affecting you now. So some of you, you had ancestors that attacked you. You see it in your life today. Those ancestors are family members that swear up and down they love you, but secretly they have always hated you. Because for number one, you may have been the elder of your family, especially if you're female. If you're a woman, you are the head of your family. You are the matriarch of your family. So someone here did not like that you had that position of power. Others could have been older, but not wiser. And you may have gotten elected as the matriarch in your family. Your father may have passed down their knowledge and their wisdom. Although there wasn't full integrity there, your father could have done so. You have gained a lot of courage, and if you haven't, you need to heal your solar plexus. Welcome in, Ancient One, and face the spiritual challenges ahead. Somebody is afraid to express themselves. And we have expression in the reverse. I'll go ahead and read it. The Leb, this is the heart, this is the life force. Leb represents the heart. In ancient Egypt, the heart was seen as a life force. Life force is also creative energy and or the ability to express ourselves. This card indicates an opportunity to enhance the expression of our life force through deeper connections to our healing and ancestral practices. And this sits right next to your spirituality. Spirituality, let's go back to it. What are we talking about when I talk about ancestral karma, patterns, trauma? Many of our ancestors were religious by force, and I know that's true. Okay? Our whole way of life was destroyed. And when I talk about spell work, I'm talking about sigils that have been placed on this land and buildings Tartarian buildings that are our buildings, but they were also related to the Moors. That's a whole different conversation. And they sit on top of our ancestral lineage, our ancestors, and they use the life force of our ancestors to continue to stay in power today. That is a destiny swap, a major one. And the Aboriginal Indigenous, you're going to have to learn how to get your lineage, your rights back. Oh yeah, I'm going to shake a couple of bones up in here. Everybody ain't going to like this conversation. But I'm not here to care about what you like. I'm here to deliver a message. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you're welcome to leave. Because it's not just for the Aboriginals, it's also for the ones that were shipped here, that came here to find a better opportunity. Oh baby, they posting it. They posting it left and right on how you can get your ancestral heritage and your lineage back. See, that's the problem that they having right now. Who were the black gods before Yahweh? Let's talk about it. They don't want to hear that there was no crucifixion. There were black gods and goddesses before anything else ever walked the plane. If you understand, Tiamat was right here. Tiamat is an ancient, ancestral, primordial dragon goddess. That's the mother. And when Marduk destroyed her, he separated her body and placed it all over. So that's where you got the ethers and the earth. Let's talk about it. But I ain't going to get that deep today. Collective? That's another time. So many were able to retain and preserve their spiritual systems despite oppressive forces. However, some of our ancestors misused and abused religion and spirituality for their own gain, or they did not put in effort to actively resist conditioning. Some of you, your father is sitting up, this is sitting up underneath your father. Some of you, your fathers could have been shamans. They could have been warlocks. They could have been, because what is a warlock? A male witch. Some of you, that is your ancestry. That is your lineage. What else? So this card could also indicate the inheritance of spiritual gifts or suppression thereof. Surrounding cards will clarify. So a lot of you have suppressed your gifts until you actually couldn't run from them anymore. Some of you have even used your gifts with lack of integrity, just as your ancestors did. You have spoken things out of your mouth that have done erroneous damage to others. Mediation, not meditation. Mediation is required. Welcome in, Gamini. Mediation is the practice of seeking out a trained practitioner to assist in communicating with the ancestral realm. Some of you, this is what it is required. We have an ascended master here, 33. For specific messages and guidance. Mediation work also includes working with higher level ascended masters to support your ancestors in transitioning to a higher vibratory state. This is what your spiritual path has been about, because you are not to repeat the sins of the mother or the father. You are to understand, understand, and overstand and overcome what your ancestors could not overcome. And this is for your ancestors that you know and the ancestors that you don't know, because you got cosmic ancestors. You got ancestors all over this world. Y'all hear me say it all the time. People all over the world. You got family all over the world, collective. You are not just always Aboriginal. You're not just always white. You're not just always Asian. European, Middle Eastern. Your soul doesn't require a specification. It only requires a vessel to do what it came here to do. So there's a lot of mixed ancestral inheritance and lessons, bloodlines, Italian, Spanish, adaptability, Razu, the fire serpent, that gives me the energy of the god Quetzalcoatl. A Reiki symbol, Razu is used to support the integration of energy after major transformations. This card indicates a need to adapt to major changes that you are currently moving through or will experience in the near future. So if you haven't already been through a tower, you're about to go through another one. This is going to be a transformation, or the death card, death, rebirth, transformation. In order to obtain consistency in... Guys, can you still hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, thank you. So some of you, this was passed down to you at birth with your mom. Some of you, your mother breastfed you. Oh my Lord. Hang on, guys. It seems like just when you're trying to get a story in, hang on, guys. Oh, baby, as long as you on this spiritual journey, you won't always go through a transformation. Towers don't always mean that they're necessarily bad. Hang on. Hold that down. Thank you. I see some hidden spiritual narcissism. Here, I know you better close your mouth, sir. Who you growling at? And you better not be trying to have the last word as always. Towers can be something as simple as a thought. You still got to have the last word. You want your treat tonight? I suggest you pipe down and close your mouth, sir. Don't play with me. And don't wag your tail at me. You ain't slick. But anyway, my little guardian over here, he always got to have the last word. Don't you, Chico? But under the circumstances, there could have been some spiritual narcissism. But like I was saying about towers, towers could be something as simple as a thought being redirected and brought into focus for clarity. And sometimes it can actually mean someone is going to leave this earth. They're going to pass away. So towers have many different versions, but it's always for your highest good. Stop growling, Papa. Hush. I'm working, Chico. Do you mind? Thank you, sir. So we're going to see what's going on here and what is the fear behind the ancestral karma as to why this occurred for your bloodline. Holy Spirit, tell me about this, Father. Your father had a guarded heart. So when you have a guarded heart, not only do you have problems with love, but you also have problems with your finances. So there could have been some mother wounding as well as father wounding, because we do have mother and father here on the board. What's under guarded heart? Somebody that just wanted to be alone. Maybe hang out with their boys, spend time with their family and friends, just live in the moment and have fun, but no commitment. Holy Spirit, tell me about the Father. Tell me about the Father. Your father graduated. Or this is you, collective. You've done the work for your father. The divine masculine side of you. You've done the work. Whether you're a man or a woman, you've done the work. You've healed those trust issues. Beautiful energy. Especially when you thought the grass was greener on the other side. Some of you, your fathers were unfaithful. This lifetime, you learn what faithfulness looks like. You're not going to do what your father did. See, your father needed time to heal in order to get back together. His twin flame. Okay? This is how far it goes. So when your generations of twin flames do not do their shadow work, it is passed down. It's like the passing of the torch, the changing of the guards. And it's always about unconditional love and being willing to open your heart, and I'm going to put this in the upright, and take risks to be with the person that you love. That's what it is. That's what it's about. So congratulations, especially to the divine masculines who have healed their father wounded. Tell me about integrity, Holy Spirit. Why is this here? There could have been integrity issues on your mother's end too. Yes. You recognize somebody here that was a narcissist in the past. This could have been what some of you, your parents could not have recognized, acknowledged, continued to be in a relationship with this person. Why is the narcissist in the reverse, Holy Spirit? Why is this narcissist in the reverse? Show me. Why is this narcissist in the reverse? Some of you have had family members that have committed crimes of passion. They could have ended up going to prison. Some of them could have passed away behind crimes of passion. That's not going to be for everybody, but that is for somebody. You built your integrity level up and you recognize what a narcissist looked like, and you're going to move forward. Thank you. Next. You're leaving behind a drama queen, a drama king. Tell me about this narcissist in the reverse. Who is this narcissist in the reverse? Somebody that wasn't shit in your father's past, your mother's past, somebody that wasn't shit in your past. You're learning the lesson. You're moving quietly. Yeah. Some of you in this lifetime, this is your divine counterpart. If you're a woman, they're stable, they're rich, they're a business owner, they're a CEO, they have big dick energy. But what's behind them? A third party situation and bad habits. Very bad habits. What was the black magic that your father had to face? I can't make this shit the fuck up if I goddamn tried. Y'all fathers dealt with karmics as well. They put rips in your person. This is what this karmic did to your father. Rips are caused by deliberate events designed to induce stress and trauma within an individual. It is used to allow entities and outside forces to easily take over. What's behind it? Family. So it could have destroyed. Your father could have married a karmic divine masculines. I'm talking about the males now. Your father could have married a karmic female, and she could have destroyed your goddamn family. And somebody had to regain their confidence against a coven and a practitioner that was attacking the crown chakra about this relationship. They consecrated a lot of shit to fire. Fire magic. This is the same shit that is being passed down from bloodline to bloodline, generation to generation. Ain't a goddamn thing changed. Past, present, and future, you are your ancestors. Understand how this works. What else did they do to the divine masculine? Your divine masculine needed to take spiritual baths. Your father needed to take baths. So divine masculines, males, make sure you do your baths. Somebody wanted your health to be imbalanced, especially your heart. Some of you had health issues behind a coworker or a boss, a job that you worked at, possibly where your father could have been having a relationship at. Cause heart issues. Maybe your father was in love with this person, but not able to be with that person, or it was a karmic as well. Because if you don't close one door before you open another door, it is karmic. It becomes toxic. Because somebody is going to get hurt. What else? Yeah. So this affected finances and mental health. But all of this is being reversed because you showed up this time, divine masculine. You stood in your power. And you mirrored back to somebody what they have been trying to keep you stuck in. They wanted you blocked. This is what these karmics wanted you to be, blocked. This is what was also going on for the divine feminine. Because I'm going to pull cards when I get to the mother too. So tell me about the dream recall. Woo. Somebody was being shown in your past, and this is your father's energy, this could be your mother's energy, that there needed to be a death and a rebirth of their addictions, their fears, their toxicities, their codependencies. Whatever was restricting them and restraining them and creating a block. Somebody was very controlling, somebody was very codependent. And this caused a lot of issues for your ancestors, the male sides. And it stemmed from emotional intimacy issues, father wounding, mother wounding. And your father was missing someone. A narcissist that was blaming them for leaving, for going through their death and rebirth, their transformation, and rising from the ashes like the phoenix by leaving a snake that had self-worth issues and some very destructive behavior habits. This is exactly what you guys are working on today. This is exactly what you guys are healing for your ancestors to this very day. What else could have been shown up here that will come out in this reading for dream recall, Holy Spirit? Somebody had a lot of sleepless nights about somebody that was always out in the streets partying, never having time for their partner, making excuses because somebody felt like they were more of like being bullied into being with somebody that they didn't want to be. This is like some sort of manipulation. And somebody was always trying to get insight as to why They may have walked away from a person and married for money. See, this is no different than what's going on with you guys today. And somebody that married for money, they're not interested. You're not interested in this person because this person was clout hungry. They didn't have a means to look them up back then, but they may have traveled to see what was going on. Go right ahead, Yellow Rose. Good luck, baby. I wish you well. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you for coming by. Good to see you. So, your person had to gain what was being mirrored back to you. Some of you were cheaters too. This is what your father could have been. Your mother could have been a cheater that stabbed people in the back. See, parents don't always talk about their dirt. People have a tendency to brush it under the rugs. Anything that would have been a scandal or caused some level of embarrassment where they didn't want to have to take accountability, they brush that shit under the rug. Somebody also, back in your father's time, mother's time, and you can take this back to your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-great-great-grandfather, all the way back as far as you can think. Stab somebody in the back with an engagement. So somebody may have been in two spaces, but never in one place, the heart space, and offered love to somebody else or a relationship based off of stability. Everybody was wearing masks. This could be what you have dealt with in this lifetime. Show me the magic on balance, Archangel Michael, Sagittarian energy. Ancestor support. Your father needed to call on ancestor support. Somebody was doing freezer spells back in the day, baby. Ain't nothing changed. God damn, ain't nothing changed. That spell work was meant to keep someone out of your father's life or vice versa. And there my ears go ringing again. What else is here on Archangel Michael for the ancestral karma? Ego. Ego was in the way. Pride and ego. Pride goeth before the fall. So like I said, back in the day, they couldn't look you up on a phone to try to track you or on a computer. They had to travel. They had to travel to get you back. Same thing that went on back then, so forth and so on, is happening right now. This person wants you back. This person does not want to be ignored. This could have been, for your father, a woman with a bad reputation. She acted like she had money just to pull his ass in. Some of you, that's exactly what happened to you. You got snatched up by a badass woman. She looked great on the outside, rotten to the core on the fucking inside. She could have had bad habits. They could have been on drugs together and fell apart. No time for the family. Somebody could have been hiding that they were a peeping Tom, that they were bisexual. This is not going to resonate for everybody. Somebody also could have been sneakily stealing somebody else's creativity in order to support their addictions, their toxicities, their codependencies. See, times have changed, but the behavior patterns are still the same. Times change, things change, people change, but do they really? Or is this just one big mask that's being worn by everything? Everyone, everybody. Conditional love seemed to be the issue. Conditional love seemed to be the issue. Loving, giving, and receiving affection. Some people wouldn't give that love and affection because I could love you privately, but I can't love you publicly. You could be Caucasian. Your lover could have been Aboriginal or African. Long as they didn't show up as this color, that could have been a problem. Oh, we don't want them kind in our family. You ain't gonna mix no blood up in here. We'll cut ties. You'll be disinherited. And it could have been on both sides. So somebody could have been very angry, could have been very mad, could have been very bitter. And they closed their heart off. But the person that was in their heart was not a good person. So they had to open their heart and make space and clear out their heart space of the person that caused all of the heartbreak, so they could allow the person that was going to deliver the healing balm to their heart and restore them and confirm that there is still love out here in this world. Some of them did, some of them didn't. They couldn't watch you from a fake profile back then, so they had to sneak around and watch your ass when you came to town, or getting on the horse and buggy, or on the horse and, oh, I was just coming by to see if y'all need some help. I brought Miss Sarah some flowers. My mama said she had some fresh tomatoes, and I wanted to give you some fresh tomatoes from out of the garden. Anything to try to figure out what the fuck your ass was doing. Because they ain't have the, they ain't had that shit back then. They ain't had that shit back then. So now that we in this time, they had somebody that was narcissistic, that was jealous, didn't want to see them together. This could have been a family member. This could have been a friend. This could have been a coworker. This could have been an ex-lover. Same situation for you. Somebody here was the real deal, a total keeper. And your father could have been too. Just hurt, just wounded, that's all. Your mother, just hurt, just wounded, that's all. But they had to learn this karmic lesson. So tell me, what was the magic that was causing this? Did not say a lover. This lover could have been very adept at using crystals in a past life. You got somebody, oh, my bad, not crystals, herbs. Somebody could have did some root work. I'm picking up for root workers, Aboriginal, indigenous, Gullah Geechees, root workers. That's here in the United States. Other countries, Asia, they good with herbs. They excellent with herbs. Africans, good with herbs. Excellent with herbs. Middle Eastern, good with herbs. Spanish, good with herbs. Somebody needed to purify themselves. Somebody did a binding spell. And somebody sent out a spirit to unalive somebody. Somebody was doing candle work to cause blockages, setbacks, and delays. This is all of what your ancestral karma has been, and it is showing up and manifesting in your lives today, collective. Tell me more about the restrictions. Scarcity mindset, same as today. Same as in the past. Poverty consciousness versus a winning mentality. Back then, Jim Crow laws, immigrations, failed immigrations, classism, racism, restrictions kept people in poverty consciousness. That is also not just mother wounding, but that is also spiritual warfare on the land, blocking you from your birthright. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for the confirmation. Now that's for my aboriginals, especially for y'all. I'm not going to clean it up. I know a lot of people think that this is not about race, but this is about understanding what was done. Because all of you that are Caucasian, you may have not always been Caucasian. You could have been this too, Aboriginal. And you have blockages too. So this is for you too. And some of you that were Aboriginal, you ain't always been that. Some of you, you've been Caucasian, Asian, Middle Eastern, Italian, Spanish. You got so much mixed ancestry, you have no idea. None whatsoever. So we have courage here. So folks had to work on finding their courage and their strength, dealing with self-worth issues. Somebody in the past could have went bankrupt, and this bankruptcy could be affecting the divine collective today, paying back that karmic debt, financial karmic debt. Tell me about courage. Somebody was thinking a whole lot over here, thinking. Some of you, your fathers could have been Leos, fire sign energy. But they may have lacked the courage of their convictions. Time was needed, so he could have been trying to strategize how to get up out of the situation. You could be trying to strategize how you're going to step into your full power inside of a marriage, a commitment, a relationship. Yeah. Your dad could have been a runner too. Male or female. Somebody was very easily seduced into third-party situations. Yeah. And somebody always invested in somebody that needed to do some inner work. That was the mirror. Show me the black magic that was done here on confidence, courage, trying to stop a family from coming together, standing together, putting out entity attachments to cause disintegration, destruction, devastation, to pull the family apart. If this wasn't physically, see, your dad may have never seen, or male or female, may have never ever met their divine counterpart. But they could feel them through the dream state. So the karmic would attack through the dream state. If your father was having, male or female, mother or father, was having intimate relations, they were being attacked through the sexual intercourse as well as the dream state. A lot of you have experienced that same situation to this day. And this karmic wanted to banish you out of the divine masculine's life, male or female. But all of that is being reversed. Even the mental health and the finances. That is the bankruptcy that has been in place in your life, where you have been financial. There was some kind of financial bankruptcy here, especially on the divine feminine side. Welcome in, Diasia. Thank you for joining, love. Hit the like button for me, please, if you don't mind, ma'am. Anything else here with the black magic on courage? Sound therapy. Back then, your ancestors sang, they used drums, whatever instruments from whatever part of the world they came from. They used drums. I'm hearing the Caribbean. I'm hearing heavy Caribbean, especially South American drums. Brazil, Haiti, or before Haiti, Old Hispaniola, before it became Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Some of you got ancestry coming from there too. I'm hearing Creole Cajuns as well. Gullah Geechee. I'm hearing the instrument that the Asians play is kind of like a long, like, looks like a little banjo, but it's not. But they use sound magic to fight the black magic that was being done against them. And a lot of you are learning to use sound for healing purposes just as your ancestors did, but it's just in a different format. So tell me about the courage for the ancestral karmic reading, Holy Spirit. For the ancestral karma. Yep, get rid of all of the drama queens and all the drama kings. Back the masses up. Some of them, definitely. Somebody could have actually been an actor, actress, vaudeville. Some of you got ancestors that used to be a part of vaudeville. And they performed, they were actors, actresses, singers, dancers. Some of you are meant to become singers, dancers, performing arts, artists, actors, actresses. But somebody definitely was dealing with a drama starter for sure. And it affected someone's courage, their confidence, their ego. Ego death, but not a good death. How do I say this? Somebody was trying to destroy self-esteem here. Tell me about spirituality for the ancestral karma. Tower moment. So there's about to be a major change yet again in spiritual understanding, understanding. God is stepping in yet again. Some of you, it's time for you to wake up and realize the God is within, the God that lives within. And I'm not talking about the God that you get on your knees and pray to. I'm talking about the God that lives within inside of you. The living, walking God and goddesses that are on this spiritual, physical plane today. Some of you carry that level of power inside of you. Some of you are very ancient primordial gods and goddesses that walk this plane in human form. And the tower is changing somebody's spiritual belief system here about an exclusive relationship versus a karmic relationship. Somebody that was watching you, stalking you. And this was done to your parents, mind you. This is the ancestral karma that you guys are healing and cleaning up and clearing up. This is just so on and so on. This has happened to your bloodline. That's why you're here to fix it this lifetime. And the bloodline behind you will continue the work. Someone will be elected to pick up and carry the torch. The change of guards, yet again. Tell me about the black magic here that was done on the Divine Collective's ancestral spirituality. Tell me the ancestral karma. See, people attack your career and your work. Some of you were root workers. And not negative root workers. Welcome in, beautiful. Thank you for joining. And we're talking about root workers that created herbs. You were like the medicine man or the medicine woman in your community. You may have been the doula in your community. You may have been the hierophant that gave sound, wise counsel and advice. People came to you for leadership. They did it with your ancestors, the ones that are sitting out here looking at me right now. Yes. And this is what is being passed down to you guys. But just like the good was passed down to you, the ancestral karma was passed right along with. So you are bringing balance for what your parents couldn't do, because there were limitations then and there are still restrictions now. But you're learning to expand beyond those limitations and those boundaries because you have so much ancestral support. Every time you do something that heals the shadow aspect and brings it into balance with the light, you free an ancestor. And you gain more strength. You gain more power. Somebody tried to put blockages. People that you did know as well as people that you did know. As well, some of you, your co-workers and bosses, were causing ancestral blockages because it was done to your ancestors. Restrictions. Trying to cut you off, force you out your job, force you from doing what you do. Some of your ancestors were labeled witches and warlocks because of the level of knowledge that they held. When somebody wanted them gone, they would undermine your family and your ancestors and cut their throats, almost literally, figuratively, in order to get that position. Oh, they ain't what they used to be back in the day. Your ancestral grandmother, grandfather, whomever, they were great. Like Love Oracle is saying, they delivered babies and made holistic remedies. That's what my grandfather was known for. My grandfather was a root worker. My grandfather was Indian, Aboriginal, indigenous. I am of Seminole, Choctaw, Muskogee, Chickasaw, Blackfoot, Indian. I carry a lot of Aboriginal blood in my bloodline. Not only that, but I also carry Asian, Japanese royalty in my bloodline, as well as Egyptian in my bloodline. Do your research, family. Do your research. I also carry Irish in my bloodline too. I also carry Spanish in my bloodline too. We carry a lot of different things in our bloodline. Yes. But some of these men wanted that power too. And they had it. Based off of what I'm seeing here, some of the ancestral males of the bloodlines that we fall into, they had those gifts. But if we take it all the way back to the very beginning, before there was ever a man that walked the face of this earth, there was only a woman. And before Sophia, there was Barbello. And before Barbello, there was Tiamat. So now, people trying to destroy people's careers. Oh, it's more than battle of egos, honey. It's deeper than that. But the destruction of somebody's career and somebody's work, that was done deliberately, just like it is being done to you today. Somebody don't want to see your shine no more than they wanted to see your ancestors shine. So back in the day, a lot of Aboriginal and Indigenous people, when the first red light was made, it was stolen. It was an Aboriginal Indigenous person that created red light, green light, caution light, heart surgery, peanut butter. A lot of different things that Aboriginal people created. Not the Moors, but the Aboriginals. Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And there were a lot of people that were jealous. Not just around you, but externally from you. So with that being said, somebody didn't want to see you be successful in your spiritual career, in spirituality, whether you were a pastor, a preacher, a bishop, a pope. I'm going to take the pope out of it. The pope might have been trying to do some good shit, but the pope, last time I pulled up the last pope, and I ain't taking this shit back. That nigga was the fucking devil. And that might be offensive to a lot of Catholics. And I went to Catholic school. But I'm telling you, I got a reading. When I pulled the energy of the Pope, he popped out as the devil. Full of fears and insecurities. Demons at the bed posting at the base of his bed, screaming, "Get these demonic bastards off of me. They all over me." Before he died. Spirituality has a tendency either to make you power hungry or humble and deliver what it is that you need to deliver in order to assist. Thank you for the confirmation, Holy Spirit. And to help those that are in need of your assistance. And this was what was supposed to be done in the ancestors' time before you, since you, and now you. So what you gonna do? Are you going to allow someone to steal your shine? Because this person was attacking your career in spirituality. But I'm going to put it in the upright. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it back in the reverse. Because in the reverse, Spirit stopped it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So now we have expression. Somebody didn't have, they felt like the confidence, and confidence equals power, to speak from the heart. Because that was in the reverse. And this is going all the way back, I heard, to ancient Kemet and Egypt. That's how far it's running back to what I'm picking up for some of y'all, for your ancestors, father and mother. So what changes this lifetime for it, Holy Spirit? What changes this lifetime? Quite a few came out. See? Abundance sitting on the top, at the bottom of the deck on the flip. All right. So let's get into it, shall we? Stability. By not speaking your truth from your heart space. That means somebody snatched your confidence, the seed of your power. Eat something yellow, wear something yellow, drink something yellow. You can get your lips painted red, well, that's for root chakra energy. But you can wear yellow lipstick if you want to. Get your nails polished yellow. Get you a citrine crystal. Honey calcite. This is all good. Malachite is even good for protection as well as finances. Aventurine as well too. Green citrine. Rose quartz is good for the heart as well, because your heart is where your finances sit. That's why stability is sitting on it. Somebody got with someone. I do too. Somebody got with somebody, not out of love, but stability. Because this was in the reverse. This is heart chakra energy in the reverse. And I put it in the upright. Somebody got with somebody for stability. They dated you. They dated other people. This is what your ancestors went through, mother and father. But there was always that abandonment wounding, that poverty consciousness that kept them stuck. A lot of times in unloving, unfulfilled relationships. Some of you have experienced this in this lifetime too, before you got to your divine counterpart. Tell me about expression in the reverse, Holy Spirit. What was the black magic here? Somebody that was a narcissist popping holes in your auric field, causing rips and tears. Rips and tears are caused by deliberate events designed to induce stress. Cortisol, that's solar plexus energy. And trauma within an individual. It is used to allow entities and outside forces to easily take over. Narcissist. Holes vary from tears and blocks in the sense that they are designed to steal energy versus alter it. It includes reducing protection. Reducing protection, y'all. And harvesting energy through narcissistic attacks and energy cords. This is what went on between the mother and the father on both sides for y'all. Divine Collective. People stayed in relationships because of stability. I got kids. How am I supposed to support them, Linda? He left me with 5 kids. And he out with that bum ass bitch every single fucking night. He don't even come home no more, Linda. He don't even send no money to pay the bills. Welcome in, Black God. Thank you for joining, love. She don't even come home, Tony. Dog, she don't even come home and cook and clean for the kids. She out here running the streets with her homegirls. Now, this your ancestors I'm talking about, y'all. She down there at the liquor house, at the bootlegger's house. He down there at the bootlegger's house, shooting crap. Frustrated because he ain't made enough money to pay the bills. Don't want to hear Cora's mouth. Don't want to hear Brenda's mouth. Don't want to hear Stacy's mouth. Don't want to hear Stephanie's mouth. Don't want to hear Troy's mouth, Anthony's mouth. Because she out here sleeping around. Because she miserable. She tired of being a single mother in a marriage. Some of them discreetly stepping out. Others of them deliberately don't give a fuck no more stepping out. That type energy. Some of y'all dealt with some of that shit. And if you didn't, this is what went down for your divine counterpart. Show me about heart expressions in the reverse. Why is this here? A spiritual hater with a mask on. Stalking. Somebody here is a serial stalker. Not only, some of y'all, this is an entity. For some of y'all, this is an entity that has been passed down from ancestor to ancestor. Yes. And if they weren't, some of them had the common sense to be discreet about it. Or they attempted to be. In the past, somebody was like, you know what? Either you can do this spiritually. I'm putting a spiritual hit out on the person that stole my man, that stole my woman. I want their asses cursed. I want their asses obliterated off the face of this fucking planet. I want to win by any means necessary. Some of y'all today, instead of operating in that energy, you are reflecting. You have been guided to go within to gain inner wisdom, clarity, and guidance. Some of you carry the bloodline of a shaman. And you are blocking anybody that can come in and destroy what you are building. Because you got some karmic friends that's hooked on your lifestyle. They hooked on your energy. And this is what happened to your ancestors as well, honey. Tell me about the throat chakra for the ancestral karma. Why is this here? Somebody had a hard time leveling up, speaking their truth. Yes. To honestly tell somebody, I like you. Somebody could have stuttered in your bloodline. There could be people that stutter in your bloodline today. That's going through an ending in a transformation. Somebody was triggered by all somebody's baggage. So somebody retreated within themselves. This is what your ancestors did. From any kind of communication that wasn't healthy. They could have started dealing with people that brought an insane amount of chemistry. This could have been your mother and your father. Their fathers, ancestral, don't matter. But this is what is being affected today. Some of you, this is also what your divine counterpart is experiencing as well. Tell me about the throat chakra. What was the black magic on the throat chakra? Give me that energy, please, and thank you, Holy Spirit. Ooh, somebody consecrated something to the fucking fire. Welcome in, Nikki. Thank you for joining, love. Hit the like button for me, please. Somebody consecrated, somebody did fire magic on this divine throat chakra to stop you. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. And this was over a relationship. I told you, somebody here put a spiritual hit out. Somebody went to a root doctor, a witch, a bruja, whatever they called in whatever part of the world your ancestral heritage comes from. And they were like, I want to take out a spiritual hit on this man or on this woman. I want them gone from out of my husband's life or my wife's life. I know they are around. I can feel their energy. I know they're doing something they have no business doing. And I want this bastard dead. Dead, dead, dead. Do you hear me? Somebody had a hateful ass motherfucker that they was dealing with. Look. And they were determined to destroy you from ever speaking your truth, having the confidence to speak from your heart space, and the ability to speak your truth with confidence. This is what they did to your ancestors. What else is here on throat chakra? Why is throat chakra here? For the ancestral karma, Holy Spirit. Didn't I tell you? That's the bitch that said, I want them dead. Dead, do you hear me? I want them dead. Right in your fucking face. Some of them, your ancestors had next door neighbors, wanted your husband or wanted the wife. Watch them covetedly every single day. When they went to church, when they went to the market, when the insurance man would come and you had to pay on them nigga insurance policies, as they called them nigga policies. You spend $30,000 to only have $2,000. Those were nigga policies. And they came every week respectfully to get the payment from Miss Sally Mae, from Miss Judy Mae, from Miss Henrietta, Miss Cora, Miss Jeannie Mae, Miss Janie Mae. Them types. Right in your face, smiling all the time. Want something that did not belong to them. They did it to all races, collective. No race was left outside of the loop. This wolf in sheep's clothing has been a bane in every divine collective's union's existence since the beginning of the conception of Sophia, when she fractured off by having her son Marduk. Y'all know him affectionately as Jesus, okay? Or better yet, do y'all call him Yahweh? Tell me about mediation. What is needed here for mediation, Holy Spirit, and why is it here in the Ancestral Karmas reading from my Divine Collective? About recognizing escape artists. This escape artist needs to understand why they run from shit, why they run and hide, why they don't have the confidence to speak their truth with heart. Back in the day, they took off the rose-colored glasses and saw the truth. But it might have been a little too late. This lifetime, you doing it, collective. Somebody is taking off the truth, taking off those rose-colored glasses, and they're leaving. Yeah, they're taking off the rose-colored glasses and leaving. They're leaving something that is no longer in